That's right.
We're in July, baby. We're in the second half of 2021. I'm rolling, baby. I'm rolling.
He's rolling.
Yeah, well, we're, July, second half of 2021. Where was I? That's what? Second half of the year. This is the Nerdington Post. I'm Walter.
Will.
And we're gonna get into the games we're hyped for the back half of 2021. It's gonna be fall, winter. This is the time for big releases.
That's right, man. Getting into the holiday. Gonna be trying to find your kids that Xbox or PlayStation they want.
Yeah, I mean, we got some of the we got the end of the summer, which is usually a slow period. Time to clean up some of our backlog a little bit.
That's right.
I want to do a quick shout out to Death's Door, published by Devolver Digital. It looks like a action Zelda-like. It's like a little bird guy. This isn't a part of my official top 5 for top 5 hype because it comes out next week. So
Okay.
yeah, next week. But yeah,
Oh man, that was funny.
I like that sort of fast-paced action, man. I'm a DMC head. This is just, you get that top-down Zelda-like perspective. You're zipping around with a chain shot, slicing guys up, and then you can have an umbrella for a weapon, which is just adorable. And you're a little bird guy collecting souls, man. I've talked about this. I think I talk about this every other week, but birds are fucking awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Birds and octopuses. Octopus number 1. Birds
number 2.
Number 2. Hey, oh, by the way, speaking of octopuses, yeah, you're a liberal guy. Did you see the John Oliver video on octopuses?
No, but someone posted it in a team channel at work, and I've been told I should watch it.
You should watch it because it perfectly summarizes why they're number 1. They're my number 1. I can't get enough octopus content.
There we go.
They're beautiful creatures. Magical. They're magical. They're magical creatures,
Magical.
dude. But yeah, we're going to go through our top 5 games coming out between now and December 31st, 2021. If you're coming out January 1st, 2022, get the fuck out of here.
We don't care about you yet.
We're not talking about you. Get out of here.
We'll care about you next year.
Go eat some gabagool. Those Italians.
Fucking Italians.
3 weeks in a row. Ragging on Italians. But
That's how we do it here.
That's how we do it.
That's how we do it at the Nerdington Post.
So what's your number 5 game, baby?
Number 5 game that's coming out this year is Far Cry 6.
Far Cry 6. You know what? I should have written release dates.
So here's why. So I've always liked the Far Cry series. 5 was, I think, pretty awesome, pretty great. And then obviously 4 had its moments. I'm just super excited about the setting. The vibrant world that it's taking place in, and honestly, the lead villain,
Giancarlo Esposito.
I'm glad you said that because I would have butchered that. He just is great in everything he does.
Yes.
Like in Mandalorian, Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal. So I'm excited to see him be our big bad. And then with Far Cry, you're gonna get like fast-paced action, cool weapons. You get a puppy in a wheelchair.
Just the variety of content Far Cry offers. If you want to go stealthy, if you want to go guns blazing, it gives you those options, and it executes them well.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Ubisoft games. We're just going to throw a lot of shit at you.
Right.
But Ubisoft, they take the time to do those things well. Whereas
I
other
mean,
games...
I hope it's not like Far Cry New Dawn where they try to introduce that RPG element where like your weapons did a certain amount of damage. I hope they take that away because that shouldn't be in a Far Cry game, I think. Obviously it works in Assassin's Creed. I don't think it works in Far Cry.
Yeah. RPG elements in shooters or action games, they sometimes botch it.
Right.
Where like, I'm getting this headshot and then...
The guy doesn't die.
Yeah, just...
Like
the First Division.
Yeah. You could headshot a guy 3 times and he doesn't die. It's like... I get it from an RPG standpoint, but it doesn't, in my personal opinion, does not belong in shooters when you headshot a guy who should be dead.
Yeah. You can do it well, and then you could do it the way Ubisoft has done it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Which, you know, it works in Destiny. They balance that right, and they still make hitting the weak point satisfying even if you don't get a kill on them. You can do it right. Ubisoft in the past, they have not done RPG shooting right. Borderlands, guns always feel good, right, even if you don't kill them with a headshot.
So yeah, so my number 5 is Far Cry 6. I have the Deluxe Edition Steelbook pre-ordered on PS5 because now that I have a PC, I'm pretty much going to cancel all my Xbox games and either move them to PS5 or Steam gift cards.
Yeah, coming out October 7th. Yeah, I might... Far Cry is always one of those franchises, like the Tales of, that I might check it out.
Right.
But then, like, well, I'll just wait till the next one.
Yeah, exactly.
The setting, though, is very exciting to me. That Cuba-inspired, that, you know, I'm big into Cuban food.
Yeah.
And just, you know, I like the idea of
that Cuban warfare
yeah.
of a city trying to rebel against a dictator. Yeah, I'm all for it, man.
Yes, but as Ubisoft always
says,
their games aren't political, although this is very clearly inspired by Cuba.
Exactly. But yeah, that's my number 5. What's your number 5?
My number 5. This is a shocker. I didn't think this would be my number 5 most anticipated, but as I was going through the games, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Really?
I'm surprised also.
By Square Enix.
It doesn't look great.
No, it does not.
It doesn't look great. The thing is, I really like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
If you watch our E3 episode, I go on like a whole thing about like the James Gunnification of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's why I'm excited for his Suicide Squad.
But in the trailers, they sold me when you see Cosmo is in the Guardians of the Galaxy comics. He's a member of the team in one run. He's a Soviet dog that was sent into space, and then he gained the ability to have psychic powers and to talk. And he's going to be in the game. And if
that's what persuaded you to...
If that means they're going like... They're going in on the Guardians of the Galaxy universe and lore and all that stuff. And also, what persuaded me is the team making it. Eidos Montreal, they made the recent Deus Ex games. They will have a good RPG there.
So it's not the same people that did Marvel's Avengers?
No, different team.
Okay, then. Because I was under the impression that it was the same people who did Marvel's Avengers, and that's why I was immediately turned off on
Deus Ex team, baby.
Shit, that makes me kind of intrigued then.
There will be good RPG systems.
Huh. I'm going to have to rethink that.
Yeah. The combat, though, doesn't look great to me. Mm-hmm. It looks like a bad action game. Just the way Star-Lord, Peter Quill, he moves around the battlefield and just like... You're just auto-locking onto a target and just walking around and shooting your blasters.
It's like a running gun.
Yeah, it looks like a bad action game, but it could be a good real-time RPG combat system. Because the way Star-Lord's weapons works in the game and in the comics, it's like an elemental blaster, so like having to deal with the enemy type you're attacking and then switching to different elemental weaknesses and whatnot and elemental effects, status effects, on top of being able to control your party members. Like, I'm going to freeze this guy here and then going to open the menu, have Drax do this attack that'll stagger that enemy to keep that enemy busy, and then have Gamora finish the guy captured in ice. It could be a good RPG system like that, because like a game I liked earlier this year was Persona 5 Strikers, where it's a action RPG. It's a mindless Dynasty Warriors game, like, and on the standard difficulty, but when you go to the higher difficulty, you have to go to the menu more. You have to you have to use the elemental weaknesses more as status effects. And watching the gameplay of Guardians of the Galaxy reminded me of the higher difficulty Persona 5 Strikers gameplay.
Okay.
Which I kind of liked. I say kind of because it didn't quite balance the Dynasty Warriors-like mindlessness with the Persona-like strategy needed. So it had this weird balance of you're in the menus too much for an action game, whereas this, from the outset, is an RPG that's with party-based combat. So
got it.
I've hope this might blow up in my face, and I'll waste $60.
We'll see.
On something that could be ass.
We'll see in a few.
Yeah.
When does it come out?
This is how we tag team this. When someone's talking, the other person looks at the release date of their game.
I'll do that on your next one.
Yes, but Guardians of the Galaxy, I think this is also October release. So this is my October game. I spell Guardians wrong every time. Guardians.
Guardians.
Galaxy game. Yeah, look this up. They type in Guardians of the Galaxy, all the movies come up first.
Oh yeah.
Game. Coming out October. It's 26th. October 26th. So, yours comes out October 6th. 20 days later, we're playing Guardians of the Galaxy, man.
That's right, man.
Teaming up with Rocket, Groot, Drax,
Gamora,
and Star-Lord. And also this month, it's Game Informer's cover story, so they've been releasing more content, having developers talk about the gameplay systems and whatnot. That's sung me a little bit more. But again, this could end up being really tedious and mediocre.
Yeah.
But God, I'm hoping it's good.
I mean, for your sake, I hope it's good.
Yeah. What's your
number 4, baby? There hasn't been a lot shown with this game, but it does come out in August. You'll get the date. Kena Bridge of Spirits. It's a PS5 timed exclusive, but I think it comes to PC the same day.
Yes. PC, PS4, PS5. August 24th.
August 24th. Just excited. It looks like a Pixar movie in the game. Looks very nice, bright, and vibrant. Again, they haven't released a lot of information, but it does kind of have like Breath of the Wild, Pikmin, where you have these things that follow you around and you use them to your advantage.
Your magical staff that used for melee attacks, and then you could convert it into like a magical bow.
Right. So it looks like just like a cool mystical game. It's only $39.99, so it's not going to be a long RPG game. But it just looks cool, and I'm excited to check it out.
You know what it reminds me of? Like those kind of 3D platformers we got, or like 3D action adventure games we got like 20 years ago.
Right.
Like Maximo or something on PS2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's sort of like Maximo, medieval sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just this, the delightful action platformer.
But yeah, it's only $40, so I mean, I'm excited to check it out.
The art style looks great. The animations, I think the studio heads, they used to work in film animation, so it shows.
It's the studio that did the fan film for Majora's Mask. Shit, I gotta look it up now.
Show off your tat. Get your leg up on camera.
No,
pop it up.
That's too awkward.
Pop it up.
Pop it up.
Pop it up. Majora's Mask.
Terrible Fate by Ember Lab. So they did
nice.
like a 5-minute CGI short about how Skull Kid got Majora's Mask. It's very beautiful. You can really see a lot of influence of what they did in Kena. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Anyone who works with anything remotely Zelda, even if Nintendo didn't approve it, I'm game.
He's game. He's that stan.
I am the Zelda stan.
When they do that awful thing where
they release a 10-year-old game that should be $20 or $30 for $70, I am stupid and I buy it.
And also for a limited amount of time.
Yep. I might buy 2. I might keep a sealed one and see if it ever becomes worth it.
You should. Like, back in my peak collectorness, I probably would for something like that. But yeah, my this is the 4th slot is our indie slot.
Yeah.
My pick is Jett, the Far Shore by Super Brothers and another studio whose name I cannot recall, but Super Brothers made like this adventure game a decade ago, Swords and Sorcery, which was pretty cool. Pretty good. Bought that in a Humble Bundle. Never beat it. But this one, you are explorers on an alien planet, just flying a ship around, and I don't know, man, it seems chill.
Yeah.
Just like that No Man's Sky vibe of just exploring.
Exactly.
Being a SoCal chiller, brah. Just living that explorer life. Just zipping around in my spaceship. Just scanning wildlife. Trying to avoid getting eaten by giant bugs. I like the art style to it. It's got a nice simplicity to it. There will be people talking in the game, which hopefully they keep that to a minimum. In terms of chill exploration, I was talking about how I played the Sable demo.
Right.
Way too much talking. Just shut up. Let me explore on my hover bike.
Exactly.
I'm hoping I get that experience with Jett the Far Shore. Just let me chill, bro. Let me explore at my own pace. Let me check out this alien world.
And that comes out. It's supposed to come out in 2020. It's coming out in 2021. There isn't a definitive release date, but it is online listed as a 2021 release.
And it could get delayed.
It could. I mean, hell, last week we saw Ghostwire get delayed. So anything's possible this year.
Yes. Anything is possible.
That's right.
Dude, I want to see some flying whales.
Do they have it like in the trailer?
No, but I'm hoping it's a nice surprise. Just
let me ask you. So that's a very random statement. Why do you want to see that? And is there something in the footage you've seen that suggests that could be in the game?
Well, there are giant bugs that are bigger than your ship.
Mm-hmm.
And generally, in sci-fi, I like seeing space whales show up. Whether it's in one form or another, just a giant, peaceful space leviathan.
Yeah.
I always dig it, man.
Okay.
I love it. I love that
imagery.
Man,
I get it.
Also, when you're in the void in the Dishonored games and you see just the whales flying through space, that's a cool imagery. Also, if we're exploring this planet, it showed us going over ocean. If I just see a whale breach the surface... Oof.
That would be really cool.
It's going to be majestic.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
I just decided on my bucket list, whale watching, I got to add that, man. I love marine life.
As do I.
Octopus, number 1.
Number 1, baby.
They're number 1 through 8 slots. Because they're octopuses. But Jett the Far Shore. Yeah, don't disappoint me.
And my number 3 game is Dying Light 2. So if you haven't played the first one, shut the fuck up and go play the first one. Because it's by the same guys who did Dead Island.
And Dying Light 1.
Dying Light 1, technically. But yeah, what's cool about this, it's kind of like, they kind of took that Fortnite idea where it's an ever-evolving map, but it's open world RPG, but your choices actually shape the map. So let's say you go do a mission for someone to collect some water, but you take that water to another person, it affects that camp. So I'm really excited how involved and how your choices are really going to impact the world.
Yeah.
And again, the first one was great. The zombies were great. The parkour was awesome. They've added over like 5,000 new parkour animations. So it sounds like they're taking everything from Dying Light and just turning it up to 11, which I'm game for. Because again, the first one was just a phenomenal game.
Yeah. I'm excited to see where that they take those RPG choices to see how different it changes the world. Just because, with legendary RPG writer and now canceled guy, Chris Avallone, who was the lead writer on New Vegas, worked on the game and did consulting for story. So if it's got his influence, it's got potential.
Yeah.
Because just New Vegas is...
And Techland, I mean, the games they've done are great, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited for Dying Light 2.
Yeah, that game, the more I see of that, the more I like.
Yeah, same.
A more refined version of the first game, looks like you have more mobility options with the parkour.
Exactly.
Just more options for combat.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to make stealth more meaningful, which I always love the stealth option. And then just the RPG choices. Yeah.
When's that come out?
December 7th. Yeah. If it does get delayed.
No, it's already gotten delayed. And they've already announced deluxe collector's editions. I think they have a good roadmap. I think they're good. Fingers crossed. I got the deluxe edition. Man. I got the steelbook because I love steelbooks.
I don't know. Those Polish developers.
I know.
Yeah. It could always get pushed back. We're hoping it doesn't.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Coming out later this month. This month's sick. I mean, I'm getting Death's Door. I'm getting Tetris Effect Connected on Steam. Nier Reincarnation. I'm going to be playing that on my phone. Begrudgingly. But the thing with Nier, every time we talk about Nier, just Yoko Taro, he crafts these really fantastic, depressing worlds, and we'll see how this all comes together, because it looks like there's a frame narrative, and then it has turn-based RPG combat, and like each section of the game, it seems like you're diving into the backstory of one of your party members. So this phone game seems like it's just a delivery device for little short stories of like fantasy and sci-fi, and I'm down for that, man, because Yoko Taro, he's a good writer. I expect to be sad, and the way the mobile thing is, they could just keep releasing new characters and having new just stories for you to go through. So I'm down, man. I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm gonna dig it. It's gonna be free, and I hope I won't spend any money on it.
You will.
Yeah. For the Western release, it's going to have a Nier Automata collaboration. So.
And that comes out July 28th.
Yeah, hopefully.
So in 6 days.
Hopefully, I get A2. I don't know I don't know how it works. I don't know how the monetization works. If the new characters are just free, and then you have to roll the dice on getting new weapons for them or something. But I'm hoping the gacha gods pay off, and I get the character I want. Hopefully, they just give it to you. I don't know.
You never know with mobile games.
Yeah, I know.
You never know. Because if a game goes to mobile, it's all about that money.
Yeah, because I heard, just based off people who've downloaded the Japanese version, it's not too intrusive. Like, you can just keep getting stuff for free. Mm-hmm. But who knows, man? It could be a terrible grind.
Mobile games.
Yeah. But Nier, man. Yoko Taro always delivers on story. In terms of gameplay, he's batting 100. But story-wise, he's batting a 900. Maybe even 950.
Maybe.
Yeah. He's pretty great. But yeah, this again, I have reasonable expectations. If it's disappointing, I'm not going to be surprised. It's not going to ruin my month.
Exactly.
A lot of games, man.
Yeah, there are a lot of games. Which means my second game, which was almost my first game, but honestly, after the reveal of my number one game, I had to switch. So, number 2, Halo Infinite, baby. Halo Infinite. And now that I have a PC and I'm not going to have an Xbox, I pretty much got the deluxe edition for no reason that came with that fucking statue.
You got a statue, though?
Yeah.
So you paid a lot for a statue?
Yeah. Essentially, I paid $80 for a statue.
Yeah, which is reasonable statue-wise.
But I'll just go ahead and I'll trade it in, use it for a Steam gift card, and get it on Steam.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's Master Chief coming back. Apparently, I mean, the overhaul looks good from the few little footage we saw at E3. Xbox listened to the fans again. Looks like, yeah, it just looks better. I think it's going to be great. It's supposed to be like a 10-year game, but so is Bungie. Hopefully it doesn't bite him in the ass.
Yeah. Well,
or not Bungie, Destiny.
Yeah, it's going strong still.
But most importantly, for the first time ever, multiplayer, free to play.
Free to play.
And if you have a PC, you can tap that bitch out at 120 frames per second.
Yes. And also, something I'm liking with this. A lot of people don't like it for multiplayer. They just want like the classic armor sets.
Right.
I like the customization
So do
that
I.
they're adding in there.
That's what made Reach really fun.
There are some sick armor sets we see
Yeah.
in the multiplayer trailer. And it's free to play. I'll check it out. I might not stick with it because I've never really liked Halo.
I put so much time into it.
But yeah, are
Halo
you
multiplayer.
Are you a lore whore for?
Not really.
Okay.
No.
Because
I'm not really like that for any game.
Yeah, because I know some people are just
Unless it's Zelda.
they read all the Halo novels.
Nah,
and all that stuff,
not me.
And
Honestly, the closest thing would be Zelda for that. Like, played all the games minus Skyward Sword. I've read all the fan theories. So it'd probably be Zelda for that one.
Yeah.
But even then, it's not like, oh my god, it has to be this or I'm not playing, I'm not like that hardcore.
Is it mainly like the multiplayer you're looking forward to?
Yeah, but also how... Because they said it's a continuation of the 5 story.
Yeah. You gotta see what John's up to.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, I've always liked the Halo story. Yeah. Like, I played the first Halo on the original Xbox and played a lot of multiplayer with my friends, so it just has that history with me, whether it's story or multiplayer related. So that's why I love Halo.
So, like, you're not the Halo purist. You're okay with like the new additions, like the graphic and all that stuff. Yeah,
fuck, people,
that's what
like,
excites me.
You don't like. Don't get me wrong. The base of what Halo is great. It's a first-person shooter, but games are. I don't want to say they're supposed to, but it's okay if a game changes over time. It's okay if a game gets rid of something or adds something. If you're a purist, whether it be like a first-person shooter, third-person, whatever, it's okay if the game you grew up loving changes. That's fine.
Yes. Because you should be changing too as a person.
That's right.
Yes.
And build PCs.
The only constant in this universe is change.
That's right.
Thanks, Obama.
But, all those purists are like, oh, Halo should be this. No, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
If you think Halo should be that, you can play the Master Chief Collection.
That's right.
Get that experience, man.
That's right.
Just play the Halo 1 multiplayer, and you got it. You got it, babe. You got it. It's all good, man.
Yeah. But that's coming out holiday 2021. They don't have a definitive release date, but it'll probably be November like it was supposed to be last year. So it'll be their big holiday title.
Yes. And I don't think it'll get delayed again. But again, 2021, who knows? Everything's up in the air with 2021 release dates. But yeah.
I would say you never know with Microsoft, but if Microsoft thought it would be delayed, if I were them, I just would have came out and said, yeah, we don't know.
See, yeah, I think the multiplayer is locked and loaded. Because one of the rumors from last year was that they were going to release multiplayer...
After it got delayed?
Yeah, they were going to release multiplayer first and then the campaign later, which I don't think they're going to do, but it's still a viable option. Because if they've had that in the pocket since last year, they could still do that.
Exactly.
Especially since it'll be a free-to-play thing for the multiplayer and then campaign separate. But
we'll see.
We will see. That's the exciting thing about the future. Anything can happen.
That's right.
Mustaches can magically just come off.
What's your number 2, man?
And my number
your
2.
Number 2.
And your number 1. They're the same game. Deathloop from Arcane Leon, published by Bethesda, PlayStation 5, timed exclusive.
And it's going to PC too.
Yes. Do you want to start talking about this game? Or?
No, it's your turn.
Well, I figured we're going to talk about this together since it's...
No, you can start off and I'll chime in.
Yeah.
Because it's your turn to talk.
Yeah, but the
just start talking. Just start talking.
No. We're gonna talk about who talks. Yeah, but Deathloop, as you know, they make fantastic immersive sims. They're the king. They're the king of the immersive sim.
Yeah.
I'll platinum Dishonored, Dishonored 2, the DLC for Dishonored 1, the Brigmore Witches, and the Knife of Dunwall, the Death of the Outsider standalone release, and Prey. Tried to platinum that. Frustrating time.
Really?
Yeah. One of the achievements is you have to kill every human on the station, but then the mind guys. There's one. One of the first times you encounter them, it's in like the space station gym area. Mm-hmm. But every time I got there, that floating mind psychic alien killed one of the humans, and then I tried to reload earlier and like get there faster, but then like every time that happened, I wasn't starting a completely new game to just get the trophy. I don't blame you. And I already put in like 30 to 40 hours. I'm like, all right, I'm out. I'm out. But Arcane, they always make fascinating gameplay systems. Yep. Just the way you could mix and match play styles, like combine your abilities to do dynamic.
And they really showed that off at the State of Play.
Yeah.
Of how he was just kind of like using everything around him, how he was just kind of infiltrating, and like he at some parts he took a stealth approach, and then other parts he just went in guns blazing, and then would teleport out. And that
Hitman-like objective where there's 8 people on this island and you need to kill. Just that simple premise. Yeah, it's always nice to just have those goals. Similar to like the first Dishonored, where there's these people I need to kill, but this one is more dynamic. They have rogue-like Majora's Mask system where the day resets, and then you have to try to optimize the order you're trying to kill these guys so you could get it all in one loop.
Because one person could do something to another person, it could impact how you approach that person. Yeah. I like that it's ever changing, and I like that you can still take those different approaches to kill one of your targets.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting trying to solve that puzzle of what information do I need to get on this target to manipulate them so they show up like at another location, so I could get 2 birds with 1 stone, which they had a trailer specifically called 2 Birds with 1 Stone, talking about the different systems going into that. Like you said, dynamic. We're going to get dynamic gameplay systems, just a dynamic structure of that roguelikeness, of figuring out that world and that information to min-max your playthrough. Just get that Majora's Mask of like, I got to do everything in the right order and figure this out so I could stop that man.
Right. And then I always thought it was a cool feature how obviously another assassin gets sent in to stop you, and that can either be a CPU or it can be another player. I thought that was just a really cool feature that it's, again, with that Majora's Mask, it's kind of you against time, almost.
Which is that invasion mechanic just recently canceled from Doom Eternal. Right. Where they'd have another player take over a demon and hunt you down. But yeah, we're still getting that invasion mechanic in Deathloop, man.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And that comes out September
9th.
September 9th, yeah.
Got that locked and loaded. I'm hoping, because I'll be playing this on PC, and I do have a, a DualSense controller. I hope they add full DualSense support to the PC version, because that would be cool. Because right now it only has partial Steam support, but again, depending on software, it'll just I'm playing Guilty Gear with a PS4 controller, and when I just plug it in and Guilty Gear Strive detects it's a PS4 controller, it shows the PlayStation icons.
That's what I do when I play with my Xbox controller on my PC. It detects that it's an Xbox controller and maps it like an Xbox.
Yeah. Whereas, if I play with a standard PC controller, Guilty Gear will detect that and it'll show it'll switch to the Xbox icons. Right. Yeah, I'm hoping they just have that controller support built into Deathloop from the get-go, so it has all the DualSense features.
Mm-hmm.
Like, apparently earlier this week with the Black Ops PC version, Black Ops Cold War, they added the adaptive trigger support to the DualSense on PC version.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, hopefully we get that. Get the full haptic feedback experience.
That would be pretty dope. Yeah, that's one of the PS5 pre-orders I'm going to keep, just so I can play it on PS5.
Yeah. Give it to me. Well, here's the thing. I'll probably still play it on mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
Just because that first-person gameplay just feels better for me, personally, on mouse and keyboard. But if they have full haptic support, I'll at least check it out for an hour.
Exactly, yeah. It's going to be awesome.
Because I bought that Cosmic Red controller.
Not only is
it still in the box, it's still in the cardboard box that it was shipped in. Yeah. Just keep it under my desk. Well, I'm waiting for my cheap Chinese PC controller to fully crap out before I plug it in and use it.
I get it. Yeah, I get it, man.
But yeah,
you're good.
But I'll be spending a week at my buddy's place who's got a PS5, so I'm going to bring that controller up. Nice. See if there's any local multiplayer games, because that doesn't exist anymore.
Nope.
Maybe I'll just do a GameStop rental of Guilty Gear if there's a used copy up in
Wisconsin,
where I'm staying in Wisconsin. But yeah.
Definitely, it's going to be a good time. And then your number one.
My number one.
Endwalker.
Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Was there any other option, baby? Oh my god. I'm gonna send you a link to this. Well, no, I'll just. It's 6 minutes long. It's gonna be playing the lower third of this, but they released a trailer for the benchmarking tool for Endwalker. And that benchmarking tool trailer is way cooler than a lot of other RPG trailers.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. This is a culmination of a story that's building for almost a decade. And we're get that payoff. It's just exciting, man.
Nice.
Just Final Fantasy XIV. It's one of the best, if not the best, numbered Final Fantasy. Just that story, just those characters they're excellent. And with the MMO nature, you're just spending a lot of time in that world. Just you feel that world more, and it builds your attachment to it. What happens with the story, just because you spend so much time there, you don't want to see it go to ruin. You got to save everybody.
That's right.
You're the warrior of light. I got to go to the moon and fight some weird creatures, man. So I'm excited for the new locations that are coming. The new class. Why am I blanking on it?
I don't know.
Oh my god, Reaper.
I know nothing about
the
this.
Reaper class, yeah. The Ultimate Edgelord class. You've got a scythe, and you've got a little phantom specter you could summon to combat. It's gonna be cool, man. Just the way they implement story elements and gameplay elements, I really appreciate, because every expansion they release a new class that you could have your character switch to, but then they'll also have one of the new characters represent that class in the story. Right. So you just get a better sense of just that gameplay and story thing coming together. Which, with the Reaper class, usually it's an ally that ends up being the new class. This time, it's the main antagonist is getting the new class. He's getting a job change.
Interesting.
It's very cool. Very cool. Very cool. And also just to match the whole aspect of being a warrior of light with all the media promotion they're doing, they're having the highlighted class for this expansion be the paladin. Mm-hmm. So there's no more warrior of light class than the paladin. That lawful good. That
was one of my go-tos when I always played Diablo 2.
Paladin, baby.
Paladin.
Get that shield. You get
Paladin or barbarian.
But yeah, I'm just really excited for the story. I want to get back into it, man. They're gonna have.
It's free to play, right? The base game?
The base game and the first expansion are free.
Because I might just download it on Steam now.
Yes. Do it. I mean...
I might see what it's all about, finally.
The base game is a slog. And you have to have that motivation of just like, alright, let me get through like 20 to 30 hours, probably more, just to get to the good stuff. But it has that payoff because you have to go up that slow ramp of getting to know these characters and whatnot. So the end of that base game, just like, oh shit, it's building to this, and then when that stuff happens, oh, it's awesome. It's awesome, dude. The end of the base game is some Empire Strikes Back shit, man.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's actually really exciting, then.
Yeah, and then like the first expansion, which is I think the best mainline Final Fantasy story out there, is just like, all right, we got Empire, we gotta come back from this. We gotta Return of the Jedi and fight a bunch of dragons.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, it's awesome. And Endwalker, man.
I'll give it a shot. Because Tasia's out of town all next weekend, so God knows I'll have free time all weekend.
And also, yes, I'll be back on it because they're doing like every now and then they'll have a promotion to get lapsed subscribers back into it. So I am going to. They're having one of those now, so I'm going to get 2 free weeks, and baby, around I think the 24th of this month is when the new patch comes out. Okay. So it'll add like extra quest stuff. So I'll jump in there, hopefully wrap up some quests. If you have the game, we'll party up.
I'll download it and I'll give it a shot.
I'll send you my server information.
Okay, yeah, please do.
Server, it's gonna be.
And that's the news.
Well, no, not really any news today.
And back to you, Jim.
I can't. Yeah.
Back to you, Jim. I don't know who Jim is.
Endwalker.
Yeah, I'm gonna download it. I'll give it a shot.
Like it's hard to verbalize what's so special about it because it is just like 100 hours of being in a world and being with those characters. Right. Like if you just watch a trailer, like the CG trailer is hype as shit, but if you don't have an attachment to the characters that pop up and like what those characters are doing in the trailer, it just doesn't have as much impact.
Gotcha.
You know, you gotta get a taste for it, which is why they released the base game and the expansion for free, just because, like, again, Yoshi P, this magical producer who's saving Square Enix, who's in charge of Final Fantasy 16, and he gets it. He's like, hey, we're treating this like a TV series, you know? We're, like, this expansion is season 5. Mm-hmm. Like, why would I... Like, I'm not going to jump onto a show for season 5, so, like, well, let's release season 1 and 2 for free.
Right, exactly.
There you go. If you want to jump in, there it is. It's available. Yeah. This guy gets it, man.
That's how. Yeah, I agree. That's actually a really good way to do it.
Yoshi P, man. Like,
because you kind of, because you may have those people like me who are like, oh yeah, that sounds fun. I could like that, but season 5, like, oh no, you get, like you said, season 1 and 2 for free. Jump in, see if it's something you like, and if you like it, buy it.
Yeah, and catch up, baby. But yeah, he saved Final Fantasy 14. When it launched, it was a huge, terrible mess.
Yeah, I know, I remember.
Yeah, they shut that down for I don't know how many years, and then it came back because he's a guy who understands, like, hey, we don't have to do this just because, like, we always rag on Tetsuya Nomura. It's like, hey, we're doing this because it's our thing, and we gotta make it as our thing as possible. Right. Whereas Yoshi P is like, no, don't be so insular with your mindset. This is what works in other other MMOs. Let's bring in those elements while making it our own and just make something that's really good. People are doing that trend because it works.
That's right.
And why not? Why don't we just do it?
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Rather than having a Nomura-like convoluted story and systems. Retire Nomura. Let's make Yoshi P president of Square Enix. And that's the ultimate future that we're hoping for.
And that's the news.
2021.
Back to you, Jim.
All right.